Ah, yes. Okay, so how about this one? In the heart of the city where dreams are made of, steel and glass, there existed a bank. Not just any bank, mind you, but the most impenetrable vault in the world. Some said it was impossible to break into. Little did they know, a ragtag crew of misfits were about to prove them wrong. Our story begins in a dark alley where neon lights flickered off the slick pavement, painting the graffiti-covered walls in hues of purple and red. A motley crew of criminals huddled around a poorly drawn blueprint on a napkin. There was Dex, the wannabe mastermind with a plan as intricate as it was useless. Hacker Zoe hunched over a toy laptop, her fingers flying across the non-existent keys. Marty, the muscle, whose strength was only rivaled by his size, peered over her shoulder trying to decipher the upside-down text on the screen. And lastly, Lil Peep, the lookout, perched on a nearby fire escape, scanning the rooftops for any sign of trouble. Every great heist starts with a plan. Ours? Well, it started with a napkin doodle and a lot of wishful thinking. All right, team, the vault's got motion sensors, laser grids, and a guard who naps at 3 p.m. sharp. Easy in, easy out. I disabled the alarms. I think I disabled the alarms. Probably. Great work, Zoe. Now let's move before the coffee shop down the street runs out of sugar. We need to be at the bank in 23 minutes or else Marty here will grow bored and punch someone. We don't want another incident. Trust me, hospital bills add up. And besides, we have an art museum to rob tomorrow night. Wait, what? Why are we robbing a bank when my hamster wheel is still broken? Who cares? This is going to be epic. No, it's going to be perfect. Let's do this. And with that, the unlikely band of misfits set off, each step echoing their determination to succeed. Or maybe it was just the sound of their clunky shoes. It's hard to tell. As they approached their target, the imposing glass and steel facade of the bank seemed to mock them, daring them to try. But our intrepid heroes weren't ones to back down from a challenge. They arrived at the bank just as the sun began its descent, casting long shadows that stretched like fingers across the sidewalk. Dex adjusted his disguise, a janitor's uniform he found in an alley dumpster, and surveyed the scene. The front door was unguarded, an open invitation to their grand adventure. All right, team, remember the plan? Zoe disables the cameras, Marty. You clear security. Lil Peep, you keep an eye out, and I'll head straight for the vault. Got it? Got it, boss. Just, how exactly are we disabling the cameras again? Oh, I think I forgot to bring the remote. Oh, no, you didn't, did you, Zoe? Yep, nope. Wait, where's the power button? Oh, right here. As Zoe wrestled with the non-existent power button on her toy laptop, Marty couldn't help but fiddle with his janitor's mop. He swung it around in a circle, almost tripping over a bucket filled with cleaning supplies. Suddenly, the unmistakable sound of footsteps echoed through the hallway. Oh, shh, guys, someone's coming. Quickly, everyone scattered. Zoe dove behind a potted plant. Marty hid under a staircase and Dex took cover next to the mop closet. Lil Peep, being the agile cat burglar he was, decided to scale the nearest bookshelf. Unfortunately, it wasn't as sturdy as he expected, and the bookshelf tipped over, sending him crashing to the floor. The coast is clear. Thank goodness. Hey, anyone see my glasses? Meanwhile, inside the vault, Dex stared at the rows upon rows of shelves filled with stacks of cash. His heart pounded in his chest, not from excitement, but because he realized he had a terrible fear of enclosed spaces. But he pushed on, determined to make it out with at least a few bills in his pocket. Suddenly, the vault door swung open, revealing not the escape route Dex had planned for, but a friendly face. Hey, Mr. Bank Teller, just, closing up for the night. Don't you want to count your money? No, I'm good. Thanks for asking. Just, don't follow me. The bank teller eyed Dex suspiciously, then turned back to his computer. As soon as he walked away, Dex bolted toward the newly opened vault door. He burst through and found himself in an entirely different part of the bank. Looks like we got separated, team. If you're watching this, just follow the sound of my voice. Hopefully it won't lead us into another room with a lone bank teller wondering why there's a man in a janitor's uniform holding a crowbar. As Dex made his way through the labyrinthine halls, he could hear the faint sounds of struggle coming from the direction of the front door. He hurried to investigate. To his horror, he found Zoe pinned to the ground by a burly security guard. Marty was nowhere to be seen, but the trail of spilled coffee led him to the conveniently placed air vent he had escaped through. And Lil Peep? Well, Dex spotted his signature feather boa lying abandoned on the floor, likely shed in his haste to flee. Dex's heart sank. Their infiltration had gone awry, and now their chances of escaping with the loot looked slimmer than Zoe's chances of ever getting a decent haircut. He cautiously approached the guard, hoping to strike up a conversation and find a way to turn the tables. Hey guard guy, nice weather we're having. Yeah, sure. If you're trying to stall me so your hacker friend can finish disabling the alarms, it's not gonna work. Oh, what? How did you? I'm not hacking anything. I just really like buttons. Look, if you let me go, I promise I won't tell anyone about your secret stash of Beanie Babies. What? That's none of your business. Just then, the sound of police sirens pierced the night, their urgent wail echoing through the streets. Guard Guy's eyes widened in alarm as he realized he was trapped with a bunch of incompetent criminals and a very suspicious-looking janitor. It was time for Dex to make his move. With a swift kick to the groin and a well-timed knee to the face, he had the guard on the ground faster than you can say backup. Then it was simply a matter of hot-wiring a nearby car and making his getaway. Except when he looked back to grab Zoe, he found she had vanished. And as he sped out of the bank parking lot, he noticed a new addition to the getaway car. On the dashboard sat a tiny toy laptop with a single sticky note attached to it. On it, a childish message scrawled in marker. Sorry, Dex. I couldn't resist. Zoe P.S. Don't tell the others about the secret stash of cookies in the back. Got a dash. Dex threw his head back and let out a frustrated yell. His plan had failed. His team was divided, and his dreams of becoming the world's greatest criminal mastermind were crumbling faster than a stale cookie. As the adrenaline rush of the heist wore off, Dex found himself staring at the ceiling of his dingy apartment, wondering how he ended up in this mess. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Startled, Dex quickly hid the evidence of his botched robbery, shoving the crowbar under his bed and concealing the stolen cash in a shoebox. When he opened the door, he was greeted by an unexpected sight. Standing on his doorstep was Lil Peep, Marty, and Zoe, all sporting brand new outfits. And in their hands, they held a stack of newspapers. Hey, Dex, we got something for you. What's this? They said in unison. These are newspapers. They look oddly familiar. They were the same exact newspapers Dex had seen earlier, the ones with the headlines detailing their bank heist. But there was one crucial difference. These copies had a different headline. Instead of reading, Thieves Target Impenetrable Bank, these said, Stolen Animals Returned. Thieves Now Local Heroes. As Dex's jaw dropped in disbelief, Zoe handed him a photo. It was a picture of the four of them standing outside the bank, not moments after their escape, but after returning the loot, or rather the animals. Seems like we made a bit of a mess in the vault, Dex. I couldn't help myself. I mean, who wouldn't want a pet kangaroo? Yeah, but, how did you get past the guard? He fell asleep. I brought some extra sugar for his coffee. You know, the normal stuff was giving him heart palpitations. Dex stared at the photo, a mixture of shock and admiration on his face. His plan had indeed succeeded, but not in the way he had imagined. Instead of going down in infamy, they were being celebrated as heroes. So, do we still want to be rich, or... Nah, we're good. We're famous. And with that, Dex grinned, holding up the wanted poster now plastered on his wall. It read, Local heroes wanted for animal rescue, reward, 1 llama. Below it, a scribbled note from Lil Peep added the finishing touch. We'll split the llama 4 ways.